Hello vlog! So today's a very exciting and stressful day. It's currently basically less than 24 hours for my nose job, so I'm gonna bring you guys with me because I did promise that I was gonna vlog the whole process, so yeah. So today is actually Dre's birthday too. And so we're gonna go and have some lunch out to celebrate a little bit. I feel so bad because the surgery is gonna be tomorrow, like I said before, at 6:30 a.m. That's when I have to be at the hospital. So it really cuts short the time that we get to do his birthday, but hopefully there's some surprises that he doesn't know. He's actually not around, so I can say that I have prepared with the help of my mom. So yeah, also we're gonna be traveling by bus to the place where I actually am gonna have the surgery because it's still a little bit far from my hometown. So we're gonna be traveling too. We have everything packed, so everything should go smoothly. I see you guys in a bit. So we're finally in the city where I'm gonna be having my surgery, guys. As you might be understanding, we're actually ready to bed. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we did do a little surprise because it is Dre's birthday. He's actually here. I don't know why I call you Dre's every time I record, but that's fine. So he got a surprise. Yeah. For his birthday. Let us know how was that?
Well, I walked into the room and it was all dark, and there were two little candles lit, and you and your mom just start singing "Happy Birthday," and it was the coolest thing ever. I've never had that happen to me before, a surprise party. So that was so cool. It was so sweet.
And he got some gifts. He has a new backpack.
He got a new backpack
there. And I can show you guys like all the balloons that we got. Like we got a 32 balloon with all of that with the help of that person there. Beep 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 beep. My mom. And yeah, we are currently at the Airbnb. I can show you guys around a little bit. We already made ourselves at home, as you might see, because all our stuff's already everywhere, but this is actually pretty nice. I'm gonna show you the entrance. I already have my little bag, my little backpack, no, my little bag for tomorrow. I have my exams, my purse, whatever you want to call that. Then we have the bathroom. I already took a shower. I wanted to take a shower before the surgery, and I already have my stuff here for when I need to clean it. I'm not actually gonna take these to the hospital because I think they're gonna be taking care of me there, so I don't need that. But a very important thing too that I want to do is to say goodbye to this nose. This is gonna be the last time the world gets to see me with this nose, which is pretty exciting. So actually I should smile because my nose tends to like drop as I smile. So there you go, you get a creepy smile in the camera for a bit. But yeah, I'm actually not that nervous. I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'll be a lot more nervous with everything. I haven't been able to sleep, that's something. So I think my anxiety is kind of showing like that. But overall, I'm actually pretty much excited about everything. But yeah, let's continue the little tour because you guys didn't really see everything. That's like a little couch, like bed couch, where Mama Wolf's gonna sleep in. She has access, full access to the TV. And this is where Nick and I will be staying. Boop, boop, boop. I'm just like poking people as I record in the camera. Yeah, I also have my little like nightstand. You guys can already see some things that I'll be using that I showed in my surgery must-have vlogs. So yeah, I think that's gonna be all for tonight. It's almost midnight and I'm not supposed to eat anything. I actually need to go to the hospital at 6:30 a.m. I know, early, but I'm actually more excited that it's gonna be that way because it's not fun to fast, especially when you can't even drink water. So that's not fun. And so I'm glad I'll get to do it straight away in the morning. But we're gonna go to bed over here and try to get some sleep. So good night. And here we are again, guys. Like promised, I said I was gonna be back. I'm sorry if you can't really understand what I'm saying. Me either. We're both in the same boat. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I am 1 day post-op. I just got discharged from the hospital today. Unfortunately, like I thought it would happen, I couldn't really record much at the hospital because I did end up staying in shared rooms most of the times, even though they have a little bit of privacy when it comes to like visuals. It doesn't really have a lot of privacy when it comes to like speaking to the camera and stuff like that, and there's always a lot of stuff happening, so I couldn't do a lot. But I did record me getting on my cute little hospital gown, so I can insert that here. But I thought I could kind of describe to you guys how it went and what happened, and I'll give you guys a look at the end of how my face is looking because it's hilarious. It makes me laugh so freaking hard because I am very puffy. I don't know if you guys can really see because I have this tape on right now, but I am so bruised and so puffy, it's crazy. But yeah, let's get started with a little how did things go. So I entered the hospital at 6:30 a.m. on the 9th of November, so that was yesterday. Like really quickly things happened. They put me in this room with a lot more people that were gonna get surgery, to get our gowns on and our like all sorts of stuff, get our vitals read by the nurses. And just like that, I was from that part of the hospital to the actual like pre-surgery hospital room. So I was like just waiting on the beds until you go to the surgery room. My doctor then came to see me and he asked me how I was doing. He explained everything that he was going to be doing to my nose once again. He really made me feel a little bit safer because I mean when you're in that environment it kind of creates you a little bit of anxiety. So having the doctor being there and like giving you like a little reinforcement how things are gonna go was very nice, very kind. So I was very happy to see him there, and once again super quickly I passed from that room to the surgery room and things happened. So I do recall waking up from anesthesia and that was not fun, guys. It was probably the worst I've felt through this whole process, except taking pills because I absolutely despise taking pills. So actually that has been the hardest thing during this time. But no, waking up from anesthesia was terrible. I was shaking. I was feeling very nauseous and very in pain. And I was trying to call the nurses at one point, but my voice wouldn't come out, so I couldn't ask for nobody's help until I finally was able to speak to a nurse that she could hear me. And she helped me out, but it was like instantly too, so she was very helpful. She gave me medicine straight away for both things, for nausea and for pain. So ever since then I've been feeling overall pretty good, which is amazing. So then I became a little more lucid and I was already at the recovery room. But that part was pretty good. I just woke up and I was super sleepy. My mom and Nick were able to visit me from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. which was great because I just really don't like being by myself, especially at the hospital. It's just so sad. I actually got a little bit sad when they left, but Nick was super sweet because during the lunch, like they visit me for like 12 to 2 and then they came up again at 3, and during that time Nick actually got me this little guy here that he took to the hospital as a little gift, and I was so surprised, and he's so cute. So meet Cinder and Amber. That's the names that Nick gave the little plushies. So that made me very happy, and honestly he actually, like, as silly as this might sound, he actually really kept me company during the night, because clearly I had to spend the night at the hospital and I had nobody there, so he actually really kept me company during that time. And pretty much overall I was feeling good. I mean, they were constantly giving me medication, so there was no way for me to not feel good until 2 a.m. At around 2 a.m. I started feeling a lot of pressure on my nose, and so I had to call the nurse to help me out. And once again, they were super quick to respond. All the freaking nurses in that hospital are amazing. I said hospital very weird right now. But yeah, all the nurses at that hospital were freaking amazing, and I'm so thankful to them. They were super quick, super nice, very nice people, so I was very happy with that. But she was able to help me. Still, I wasn't able to sleep that much because at that point I had to breathe through my mouth, so I was getting very dry, a very dry mouth. So I would wake up every 10 minutes. I would sleep for 10 minutes, wake up for 10 minutes, and it was terrible until 6 a.m. 6 a.m. they got back and they gave me more medication, and I was finally able to sleep for an hour. But yeah, it was not a very good night of rest. But then at 9 a.m. I was finally able to get seen by my doctor, and my life changed at that point, because the way that my doctor does his noses is that he uses silicone tubes instead of like the little like tampon thingies that usually people get on their nose that you have to like rip off out of your brain kind of deal. So he actually puts silicone tubes so you're able to breathe after surgery until the day you remove your cast. But the thing is, for the first day, on your surgery day, you still have some sort of tampons inside of those silicone tubes. So at 9 a.m. he went to my room to remove that like tampon thingy out of my nose. I don't know the name of that thing, but as soon as he took that from my nose, guys, I was able to breathe, and I was like, oh my god, this is great. So right now I am able to breathe from my nose. It does sound a little bit stuffy still. It is a little bit stuffy. I basically have been breathing like through both my mouth and my nose, because it is still a little bit complicated, but it doesn't have anything to do with the pressure that I would feel when I had the tampon. So I actually was able to take a nap at home like for a whole hour, which was great. So yeah. Then at 11 a.m. I was finally able to be discharged from the hospital, and I was so excited to be out of there. Once again, like, everyone was so nice. It was amazing, but I just don't like being by myself, especially at the hospital. They don't want to do that for much longer, so I was super excited to come back to the Airbnb, and I have just been resting and doing my 500,000 steps of things that I have to do. Guys, this is not an easy thing to do. I'm actually, first of all, I am chewing on a little like throat candy, so if you hear anything like that, that's why. My throat is still a little bit sore, so I've been trying to chew on those. So I have a lot of prescription medication to take. I think I have like 5 different pills to take. I have 3 different creams So it has been like a whole lot of like cleaning the nose, putting cream here, putting cream there, taking a pill. So it has been crazy. Also, something that I really want to mention, because I have seen in other videos that I don't know what like the doctors usually recommend on those cases, but I've seen that a lot of people just go back and eat like their regular meals after surgery. But actually I was put on a liquid diet while I was staying at the hospital, and currently at home I was advised by my doctor to just have room temp foods, mushy foods, very soft foods. So I'm trying to do that, plus having a lot of protein, because those things are supposed to help you heal. Also, pumpkin and pineapple are really good things for you guys to have. So make sure you don't just like go straight to eating a pizza. Like, the fat on the foods will actually slow your healing process and make you more bloated, especially if you have very salty foods. So please make sure you take care with stuff like that, and try to really go slow on what you're having. You can have ice cream, which is great. I had a lot of ice cream when I was at the hospital, so that's a plus. I've been having chocolate ice cream, which is great. But yeah, that's been pretty much how the day is going. Right now I feel much better. But yeah, now I'm gonna show you my nose. I just wanna warn, if you get like triggered by blood or any sort of thing like that, maybe don't watch this part, because it might have some dry blood and some bruising. So so yeah, let's see how it's looking. Okay guys, I don't know how you're gonna be able to see, but every time I see myself I laugh so hard because my face looks so silly. It looks like I got very bad Botox on my cheeks, I feel like. And then I have these like bruises all over my eyes, and I'm super puffy. You can see that in my nose. I actually don't know if you guys can see, so let me try to zoom in a little bit. So I have internal stitches, so you can't see any visible stitches on the outside. I actually wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware what kind of nose job you would do, if you would do a closed one or an open one. But it does seem like he did a closed one, which I'm actually pretty happy with. I didn't really want to be too specific when it comes to that, because once again, I trust him to do the right choices for me when it comes to my nose, because I had a lot of like breathing stuff to fix too. He ended up saying that my nose was a lot harder than he thought. He had to do a lot of grafting, so I think that's why it's super puffy too and super bruised. But I just think like I look like a little pig. I don't mean to be mean, but I actually find it really funny. And these red parts here, guys, it's because of the tape that I was using before. I've been putting a lot of arnica gel around my face too, and I have another bruising bruising cream especially for around the eyes. But yeah, this is the look. This is the post-surgery look. I know, very fashionable. It's definitely not that glamorous, and I really wanted to show you guys how the process goes, because I think it's very easy to look at yourself like this and full-on freak out because your face is no longer your face. I was telling Nick that it gives me uncanny valley vibes. I give myself uncanny valley vibes, so yeah. But I will be bringing you guys to me probably tomorrow too if there's any updates, but for right now, that's it. Bye bye. Hello guys, and today is day 6 after surgery. Very exciting. I am covering my nose because before I show anything, I just want to say a little trigger warning. You're gonna probably see dry blood because I cannot clean it from my bandages. So that's why I consider this your warning. Okay, here's my beautiful goofy face. And yes, I am here to update you guys a little bit. I have not filmed anything during the days in between because there's not really a lot of updates. Like overall, the last time that I talked to you guys, I was no longer in pain. There was no uncomfortable feelings. There was like really nothing too crazy going on. I did have a lot more bruising than I have now. You can kind of see that it's going a little bit down, and I think you can also see that I'm not as swollen. Some things that you might notice differently is that I'm no longer in the same location because I am now recovering in my mom's house. Another little update I want to do is on my diet. I want to mention that I am still on a soft food, cold food diet base. I have been trying to eat pineapple, a lot of protein, and pumpkin too. Those are supposed to be like, pineapple and pumpkin are supposed to be very good with the healing process, and also is protein. So I've been trying to get a lot of that on my meals. And so like I mentioned before, the only thing that really changed, I feel, it was the bruising on my face. And I have taken like little clips from the days that I didn't film so I could put it out here for you guys to see kind of the evolution until today. I feel like from before I got these ones, I don't know if you guys can really see it with this lighting, but I found out like some on my cheeks, and that's like a little bit off. Like I don't know how I got these ones. Like some people say that it might be because of like the way that I had the tube on my mouth before, but I'm not really sure how those showed up because in the beginning I feel like I didn't have them. You can kind of see on the footage, but now I can see them, which is kind of weird, but they're passing, so that's the most important part. And when it comes to my days and the reason why I haven't really recorded, it's like, once again, there's no updates. And the other thing is that the medication just makes me sleep the whole day. So that's pretty much what I do with my whole day. It's just I sleep, I eat, I take my pills, and that's it. Like fortunately yesterday I was already able to do a little bit of like some Christmas shopping. I didn't walk for too long, like I didn't stay out for too long because you're not supposed to go all out and crazy. But I was able to do a little bit of Christmas shopping yesterday, and I did some more today, and I actually filmed the store because it was looking so cute. So I am gonna insert that footage here for you guys. And so the next update you'll probably see from me will be the cast removal. That is gonna be in 2 days, and I am so freaking excited to see how it looks. Like I am a little bit scared that because everything is still swollen that I might get a little bit like scared because I'm not gonna be able to see the nose straight away as it's gonna be. So I feel like I might freak out a little bit, but at the same time I'm super excited because hopefully, like without the pressure of this being on my nose, like everything will be a little better. And just the fact that I'll get to see it, I just really want to see it. So that's gonna be pretty exciting to show you guys. And I'm back, guys, 2 weeks after my surgery for a little unofficial cast removal. I did keep my cast, that's right, and I'll get into it real soon to explain why that's a thing. But before, what I really want to get into is why am I just doing a little unofficial cast removal 2 weeks after my surgery? So what ended up happening at the doctor's office is that clearly I asked him if he would give us permission to film, and even though he would give us permission to film, what he told me is that he would recommend not to, because as he was removing the cast, you would see a very disfigured nose at first, because you have the marks of the cast, you have the marks of the tape, you have your bruises, you have the like all of the swallowing, and it would not be a realistic image to have in the cast removal. So that's the reason why I ended up not filming, because it made a lot of sense, you know, it made a lot of sense to not film it at that point. And after that, I did end up deciding waiting a little bit more, just because after you get your cast removal, the swallowing gets so much worse. So I was looking a little bit like a potato for a bit. I am still looking like a potato right now, guys. It does take a full year to get everything into the right place. But I feel more comfortable now to show you guys what I think is a result that should be expected for the amount of time that I've gotten my surgery, and not to spook everybody at home. And to answer the magic question, Lara, why do you still have your cast on? So the reason is it actually ended up being a recommendation from my doctor. What he said is that every time I need to wear my glasses or every time I go to sleep, I can put the cast that they had over. It's actually not attached. Like, it's really not attached, it's just shaped the way my nose is shaped. But he was telling me that so it protects the nose a little bit more. So that's why I still have my cast. Apparently they just give you your cast to protect your nose. And that came right in hand, because now I can do a little bit of teasing with you guys with the I'm gonna show my nose. I can record all of this without showing my nose, but you will see it real soon. But before we go there, I want to touch up on the treatments that I still have to do. Currently, I no longer have any medication in regards to my surgery. I no longer feel as sleepy as before. I still feel pretty tired, but definitely getting off of the medication made me feel much more awake. The only things that I have to do now is a pressure massage on my nose. And I have to use 2 different nose sprays. One is a treatment and one is just like the normal seawater spray for cleaning. And now for the star of the show, the nose reveal. So let's get close and personal for this part. Okay, now let's do the little nose reveal. Here it is, guys. I'm gonna try to give you a little 180, I guess, view. So clearly you can still see that my face is still a little bit bruised and my nose is still pretty swollen, especially on the tip of my nose. That's where I feel the most swallowing, especially I think that's like typically, I mean, that's what people say, is that the tip of the nose is what gets swollen for longest. So I think everything is pretty normal when it comes to the healing stages. But I'm already loving it. I'm already really enjoying my new nose. And the breathing, even though I'm still healing, I mean, it has been 2 weeks. So even though I'm still healing and there's still like some stuffiness that happens, every now and again, I breathe very well when I sleep, and that's pretty cool. It's a first for sure. It's really nice. I just have one negative thing to mention that you guys might be noticing, is that my freaking smile is ridiculous. Like, I remember that in one of the clips that I showed you guys, like, my face was very swollen and I kept saying that it looked like I had bad Botox. I still feel like I've had bad Botox on my cheeks because of the way that I laugh, like smile. It looks so odd. But once again, supposedly it's something completely normal that it will get back into place once everything is healed and everything, like, adjusts, I guess. So for now you'll have to handle a little bit of a weird smile going on. Well guys, this will be all for the surgery vlog video. I do hope this video was very informative, and if you still have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. And I must remind you guys that I do have 2 other videos already released about my nose job on the channel. One of them is in regards of everything, like why did I get my surgery, all the process, and then I do have a video about my must-haves for a nose surgery, so make sure you check those because you might have essential information there too. And thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like it and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye!